We're back to the streets of London. Dushane, Sully and the rest of the Summer House gang make their return in the final season of Top Boy. Now, the end of season 4 set off a chain reaction with Sully ending Jamie's life in front of Stefan. Now, many questioned at the time, why did Sully kill Jamie? Put simply, he never trusted him from the jump. Jamie made multiple attempts to kill Sully while the ZTs were at war with the gang from Summer House, and he was also making moves in Morocco to become Top Boy. On the other hand, for Dushane, he respected Jamie even though he didn't entirely trust him. He saw the same ambition and street smarts in Jamie as he once had when he was trying to become Top Boy himself. But with Jamie no longer in the picture thanks to Sully, this will cause chaos in season 5 in more ways than one. Stefan will no doubt look to avenge the death of his brother, and from the trailer it does seem like he is way too far gone. Meanwhile, Dushane's future has completely shifted after Sully's game-changing decision, which will no doubt put the brothers at war once again. Now, the trailer takes us down memory lane, taking us through a flashback of the journey of not just Dushane and Sully. We also see Ronell, which begs the question, could we see a return for Ronell in the final season? Now, throughout the first few seasons, Sully and Dushane have had to make some bold and drastic decisions, and often others have had to pay the price.
How do you think we survived all this time? Look at it. If we are not monsters, we're food, and I can never be food.
Survival in becoming Top Boy is often paid in the price of blood. It's a never-ending vicious cycle, and the same could be said about Dushane and Sully's relationship. They're linked, they always have been, and always will be. Throughout the trailer, the air is tense, heavy with the weight of their shared history. Dushane and Sully seem to know what's coming their way. A war. This is something that will test their bond, loyalty, and survival instincts. They're suited up in bulletproof vests, which is a stark reminder of the dangers they're about to face. A literal shield against the lethal consequences of their actions. Now, Sai is one of the prominent members of the ZTs, who in the past decided to side with Jamie instead of Leighton, after Jamie successfully eliminated the Turks to get a better supplier. Loyal to Jamie, you can imagine Sai and others from his crew will want to seek revenge for Jamie's death. And that brings me on to Stefan. Jamie had been more than just a sibling to Stefan. He was his protector, his confidant, and his unwavering support system. Their parents' untimely death when Stefan was just a young boy left a void that Jamie had no choice but to step into. Jamie wasn't just a brother, he was also a father figure and a motherly presence. Now that Jamie has been brutally taken away, Stefan will no doubt drift into a world which is cold and unforgiving. The image of Jamie being brutally murdered in front of him will be playing over and over in his mind, haunting his thoughts and fueling his thirst for revenge. Stefan's about to navigate the harsh realities of the streets that Jamie tried to shield him from. The lure of power, respect, and mainly a chance to avenge the death of his brother will pull him further away from the life he once knew. The loss of Jamie will break sense of security, stability, leaving him vulnerable and trying to make sense of all the chaos around him. The revenge against Sully will become an obsession, driving him to make choices that will forever alter the course of his life and those around him. For example, perhaps targeting Sully's daughter in an eye for an eye. But just how far gone is Stefan? A storm is definitely on the horizon, not just between the ZTs and Sully. We hear chants of let him out, with gangs and the public at war with the police. The question is, why are they chanting let him out and who's been taken in? Summer House seems to be engulfed in chaos and fury, as tension between the public and the police seems to reach a boiling point. The catalyst for this explosive clash will no doubt be the consequences of the street and drug game, and maybe the violent nature and brute force used by men in uniform. Violence that we see across the trailer from Sully to the streets. Now, amidst all the chaos and violence that comes from the streets, we do see a ray of hope and beauty in some of the most unexpected places. Lauren has had a baby and we see Jack and Bex with a precious newborn. The stark contrast between the gritty reality of the streets and the innocence of this new life will be a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can still flourish. Unfortunately, there is a lingering threat, Curtis's family from Liverpool. Lauren's ex had his life taken at the end of season 4. But Curtis's family, especially his sister V, will no doubt have a burning desire for revenge. Although we don't particularly see this in the trailer, it would be hard not to imagine she would be fueled by grief and anger. Now, we also have the addition of Barry Keoghan, who appeared as the Joker in Batman, along with Bryan Gleeson, who will play new characters Johnny and Taj. This was announced by Deadline back in July 2022, although the exact nature of their roles was kept under wraps. Now, intertwined in Dushane's world will be Shelley, who is a part of his retirement plan, but no doubt, she's going to have some difficult decisions to make. Sully will also at some point have to face the wrath of Dushane, as he was the one who killed Jamie. His death not only shattered the aspirations of Dushane leaving the game, but will also leave this relationship on thin ice. Their relationship was also built on the foundation of countless of trials and tribulations. They'd weathered the storms of a lot of street wars together. Trust was once a cornerstone of their partnership, but this slowly began to erode as the series progressed through Sully's reckless actions and Dushane's strategic moves. The foundations of their brotherhood is about to be tested like never before, and even though we see them ready for battle as one, when the dust settles, a few questions hangs in the air. Can the scars of their past ever heal, or will the weight of their choices continue to shape their destiny? And will we see the end of either Sully or Dushane, or even both?